Article number 1. Thunberg flotilla activist complained about Israel. We were kept in cages like dogs. 8:35 p.m., October 4, 2025, Israel News, website, CursorInfo. CursorInfo previously reported that Thunberg alleged mistreatment in Israeli custody. Author, Itamar Adoni. A Turkish activist accused Israel of mistreatment, claiming she was offered drinks from the toilet. One of the detained Thunberg flotilla members, Turkish activist Aycin Kantoglu, stated in an interview with Turkish media that she was mistreated by Israeli security forces. Israeli authorities previously denied such allegations, recalling that the flotilla members intentionally violated the naval blockade of the Gaza Strip. According to Kantoglu, upon arrival at the Israeli port, they were met by a Turkish-speaking man who allegedly said, "You are in Israel, Gaza is gone." The activist also claimed that Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir visited them that evening, after which the detainees were locked in animal cages. Kantoglu claims that the flotilla participants were deprived of food and water for about 40 hours, and were allegedly offered drinks from toilets. She also added that Greta Thunberg was subjected to particularly harsh treatment. However, Israeli sources claim that all the activists received necessary medical care, water, and food, and their conditions met international standards. Authorities emphasized that the flotilla participants violated Israeli and international maritime law by attempting to illegally enter the combat zone off the coast of Gaza. The Sumid flotilla, dubbed the Greta Thunberg flotilla by the media, was detained by the Israeli Navy in late September after repeated warnings. More than 130 participants, including citizens of dozens of countries, were subsequently deported to Turkey. Article number 2. Greta Thunberg complains of cruel treatment in Israeli prison. 7:24 p.m., October 4, 2025, CursorInfo website. World News, Israel News. Greta Thunberg has spoken of the torture she is allegedly enduring in Israeli prison. Environmental activist Greta Thunberg has reported to Swedish authorities that she is being subjected to cruel treatment in Israeli custody. The Swedish Foreign Ministry sent an email to Thunberg's relatives. This was reported by The Guardian. The letter notes that an embassy employee who visited the activist in prison reported her complaints about being kept in a bedbug-infested cell and not being given enough food and water. The embassy employee was able to meet with Greta. She reported dehydration. She was not given enough food and water. She also stated that she had developed a rash, which she suspected was caused by bedbugs. She described being mistreated and forced to sit on hard surfaces for long periods, the letter states. The Swedish official's letter also noted that Israeli authorities attempted to force Thunberg to sign a document, but she refused. Earlier, Cursor reported that Turkish journalist and Sumid flotilla member Aycin Kantoglu claimed to have information that Israeli soldiers allegedly tortured Greta Thunberg by dragging her along the ground and forcing her to kiss the Israeli flag. He noted that, in his opinion, Greta is just a child, and what happened could be considered an act of cruelty. Furthermore, Cursor already reported that after the Israeli military detained climate activist Greta Thunberg, a video was published showing the activist on board the flotilla. Article author Alexei Lipnitsky. My question: what was this child up to, or will he plan to do with the flotilla activists? What was in the plastic bottles when they were thrown overboard?